When I
When I
took
took
this
this
class,
class,
I
I
didn't
didn't
know
know
what
what
to
to
expect.
expect. I imagined that I would be satisfied as an African American, that there was a class that spoke to the injustice, racism, and political injustice as well. What I didn't imagine is that it spoke to so much more. I never could imagine learning typologies of participation in Andrea's Cornwall unpacking participation, gaining citizen power and control. I couldn't imagine being more effective, being more efficient to limit funders' input when it's my idea, gaining sustainability to avoid creating dependency, learning empowerment, and how to be able to share with others strategies that will show them how to decide and act for themselves. I could never imagine building a community, an economic system that rejects stakeholders, imperialism, and oppression until I learned the capitalism, class, and the matrix of domination. This class was more than a civil rights, but exposing internal differences. Without this class, I could never imagine the practices of participation that structured the foundation of Greensboro Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Before this class, I could imagine being controlled by elite knowledge and dominant language and how to negotiate shared interests. Without this class, I could never imagine having the knowledge to advocate on behalf of the peoples about industrial and corporate laws that affect our everyday lives. The name of my site is Church Under the Bridge, where literally the ministry is up under the bridge. As a participant, I assist community scholars at unpacking food boxes and feeding the homeless community. Imagine if we operated like the rotating ministries that practice community organizing for a greater cause, working as a distributive paradigm, allocating materials and goods, resources without using its influence and power to oppress. Imagine if communities can reclaim privatization resources and transfer them to public ownership. Imagine if we could take an ethical action at being more dependent, being more independent in deeds with more interest. Imagine if we identified the real root causes of social problems as Church Under the Bridge, providing food, resources, relationships, and community trust. Imagine if we eradicated unequal communities and brought in a holistic construct using civic engagement, relational thinking, and volunteerism. Imagine if white supremacy, elite institutions, and paternalism was abolished by social change. If we could only imagine. Imagination is the ability of the mind to be creative and resourceful. Imagination is the ideal or concept of social change. But for improvement, results, and a realistic outcome, it would take more than imagination, but our participation. Imagine that